Babe, did you even notice my new haircut?
Oh yeah, I noticed it. Yeah, looks great.
Welcome back to Ugly Truck. Today we finally got to play with one of the new LT motors, so let's tear into it.
All right, you ready to get to work?
Sure.
All right, come on up.
All right. Okay.
All right, we're gonna work on a 2015 Silverado 5.3. It's an L83, an LT engine, okay? We don't have a huge amount of experience with them, so when an opportunity came across to work on one, we took it.
Yep.
Right? This truck's got 130,000 miles on it roughly. It came here with a number 6 cylinder misfire, and it has no compression on number 6.
Womp womp.
Yep. So I took a look at, I took the valve cover off, and sure enough, an exhaust valve is not opening. So it has a hydraulic lifter from the DOD stuck up on it. Okay.
Okay.
There's the exhaust valve that is not opening any longer, okay? So we are going to remove the DOD from this truck.
Yay!
Okay? Displacement on demand. And like I said, we've never torn into an LT before.
Yep.
So we're gonna get to learn something about LT engines today, and then maybe everybody else can follow along and learn something too.
Yeah.
Okay?
They'll probably just tell us everything we did wrong in the comments.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's fine.
Whichever.
I don't care. Either way. So, let's dig into it. I'm gonna start by taking everything off the top that I can. You can take the camshaft out of this truck with it still in the truck, with the engine still in the truck. I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna take the engine out of this truck. For the amount of work that it takes for me to pull the engine out, I think I could probably do a nicer job in the same amount of time, really.
Yeah.
And not have to mess around with the cylinder heads being, or with the actual engine being in this thing.
Yeah, you see how far back it sits.
Yeah. So let's get to work on tearing the engine out of this thing, and then we'll get that camshaft out of here.
Sweet.
Okay. Can I go ahead and start?
I guess.
All right. I noticed on the scan tool on this thing, when I was looking at it, that there was a option to bleed off the fuel pressure on it. So I bled the fuel pressure off with a scan tool, because this thing has a high pressure fuel pump.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Direct injection.
Yeah. So I bled that off, and then I disconnected the battery after doing that. All right.
Cool.
So the battery's disconnected, and that's literally the only thing I've done except for taking that air intake off. Okay?
And the valve cover.
Oh yeah, and the valve cover. I did do that. Of course, it's got a misfire, so the person automatically thinks that it needs a spark plug or whatever, and he had already put a spark plug in it, and that didn't do anything. And then he put a coil in it, and that didn't do anything. And so then it ended up here. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's take this cover off, okay?
But it's so pretty.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Oh, did I mention this truck is lifted? Oh, how's this holding? Oh, man. Never even had to take one of these covers off.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's so exciting. I don't know what's underneath here.
Bet it's an engine.
Maybe. I love this nice giant shelf up here.
The tool shelf.
Yeah. Baby, shoved back in there.
Yeah.
So, I bet you anything, we're going to have to undo some of the electrical plugs that go to this engine to take it out.
Oh, just some of them?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess technically you don't have to take any of them out.
Not if you don't want to. You can.
Yeah, it just wouldn't run very good afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. There. It's going to be interesting because at the end of this, we'll either love LT motors or we'll hate them.
Yeah.
So
Time will tell.
it's always interesting going into it. Ugh.
Is that yoga you're doing, or like Pilates, or?
Jeez. Oh no. Okay. Starting to not like it. It's got some of these wiring harness connectors, or not connectors, but wire ties basically stuck in the back of this thing. In 2 spots.
Maybe this is where the 30 hours comes from.
Yeah, really. Man.
Can I get it with my tiny hands? Or just...
You can try to if you want. You want to try it? Get back there a little better than I can. Feel it?
Yep.
When the veins pop out in your forehead, does that mean you're close to getting it, or?
Yeah. Oh my god. It goes down the back. There's a rivet.
Maybe we should just lift the cab off the truck.
Seriously. It's a plastic loom that clips onto that and runs the wires down.
Oh, no.
Cookie?
Cookie. Alright, so you think we should just do it according to the procedure then?
I suppose.
Alright, so the procedure says undo the intake.
Yep.
Okay? Right?
Pull the cover off with the intake.
I guess
Pull it
that's
forward enough to get to the things on the back.
maybe that's why there's holes there, huh?
Oh, might be.
Oh, this might call for the air ratchet.
Think so?
Yeah. Sometimes these little safety things are great. The next time you just hate them. Can you see it better from there?
Not really. That's what it looks like it's supposed to be.
Oh, just take the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Alright, so if we lift this up, bring it forward a little bit, then we can get to that, huh?
Supposedly. Allegedly.
Not a big fan of the electrical plug so far.
No.
Okay, let's see if we can get the intake off, alright? Should come off. Now. Now.
Yeah.
Okay, what's holding it?
Oh, I think
I told you to take all the bolts out.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Okay. Our first LT intake off.
Sweet.
Okay. Let's see what's holding this baby in. Okay. One more. Oh, okay.
All right.
Not a fan of that so far.
No.
Alright, so now we get to see what's underneath this. This is the magic moment. Whew, okay. That looks a little different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look how big the chambers are. It's like big block stuff.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, pretty cool. No stopping now. Radiator hood off. Let's work on getting all the stuff off the front, okay? We'll get the radiator cooling fans out of it. We're gonna have to pull the radiator out of it probably too. But cooling lines have to come off, I know that.
Yeah.
Because the engine's gonna come out that far, so. Alright, so let's do that. Yeah. It has a Denso alternator.
Sweet.
That way it doesn't dent so easily. They all make the same ding.
Dang.
What is that pulley that's underneath the water pump pulley? It's got 3 belts on it. I have no clue what that one goes to. Alternator. That whole thing is like the bracket that holds the air conditioning on. Yes. There's that stupid belt right there.
Yeah.
There's the water. Water.
Thank you. I got you this.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Juice.
I was wondering where I put my frisbee. Let's maybe work on, let's take the exhaust manifolds off and that'll kind of free up some space for us.
Okay.
Alright?
Cool.
Be able to see some things a little bit better. Got rid of the spark plug wires. Number 6 I already got off because it had no compression, so. Alright. Oh man. I always try to be optimistic about new stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I'm used to them just being broke off. Holy smokes. Oh, that's pretty wild. That one's loose. Or kind of loose. Okay. Alright, yeah, so the dipstick, it doesn't just come out, of course. Oh yeah, it does. I shouldn't even have said that. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna go. What's your verdict? I don't like it near as much.
No.
You know? I think I could almost get to that last exhaust manifold bolt from underneath. Do some fancy swivel work. Okay. All right. Alright, let's get the manifolds off and then I can undo that fuel line.
Okay.
Good. Frees up a little room, right? Cut. Cool. So maybe we can get to that last bolt with an extension. No. Oh, it's working, huh? Barely working. Going through the fender well.
Yay!
Alright. Perfect.
Alright.
So will the exhaust manifold come out with the steering arm there? Oh, I should have took the plugs out at least. Alright. That's this one coming out.
Well, that one was easy.
I like the right side manifold on this, but not on the LS.
No.
Well, this is a good one. Look at that one. Just notice the difference. Number 6. It's quite a bit different. So hopefully the cylinder's good. Alright, so even with the spark plugs out, I don't think this would come through here without the steering arm being taken out. I mean, it maybe would, but it's still a large piece of the manifold right there. Yeah, it'd be nice just to have this out of the road anyway. Should come right off. I've always wondered how those work.
Like a couple U-joints next to each other, maybe?
Yeah. something like that. Alright, now it'll come out a bit.
Better. Yeah. Yay.
Alright. There we go. There we go. I'm going to take this stud out here on the AC bracket so this bracket will come off, because that air conditioning compressor will not come off without it because the hose hits on the frame. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whee.
I think I'm just gonna like go full bore complain about everything while I do this.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So they're saving it all to the end?
Yeah. Okay. So that stud has to be removed to get that bracket off and the AC compressor.
All right. Super convenient.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that gives us access to the water pump then. So let's take the water pump off, and that'll free up some room for us. See what's underneath that, okay?
Okay.
3. Okay. Oh, there's one more bolt.
Oh no.
So 7 bolts on one of these. Down there.
Got it. We need a floor drive sponsor. Thrifty Zorb, call me.
Okay, so now we have a vacuum pump.
Okay.
I never thought we'd see the day.
What's this world coming to?
Exactly. What is this, a diesel? Okay.
Yeah, that goes up to the booster.
Does it not come off the motor?
Oh no, it bolts on down there.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, I was going to say, what happens when your vacuum pump needs replaced? Let's take the belt off. It's a stretch fit belt. I do kind of like those.
The stretch fit belt or whatever.
Yeah. Kind of eliminates the little air conditioner tensioner. And
Yeah.
that's what's making things kind of tighter in here, I guess, not having that kind of stuff. But,
Yeah.
so, I don't think it'll come out without the fan being gone. Do you?
No. Probably not. They were worried about that hose coming loose and falling off or something.
Yes. What size does it look like on the other side of that shroud? 10 millimeter?
10s, yeah. Oh.
Pause. Sometimes you gotta go one way.
Yeah, we need to go this way first.
Okay. Got it.
Good job.
There.
Okay. Oh, would you look at that?
Now, I'm just going to take the other cooling line off, okay?
Okay.
And that way they will be out of our way. We got to clean them out anyway.
Hey, there's that clip I lost. Yay.
So that has to be fastened down there somehow. Beside the engine block, so. Let's undo this stuff around the vacuum line, okay? Look like a ground wire.
Yeah, like a 13. Dang.
Alright, there goes the ground. And let's get this vacuum off of there. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so there goes the fuel line.
Okay.
The dogs are in here, aren't they?
Ripley, come here. Ripley. Ripley. Ripley.
This thing's got an RC lift kit on it.
Ooh.
Remote control.
Wow. It's amazing what they can do with technology these days.
Wires.
Wires.
Okay, you undo the little connector.
Okay.
And it still come out. Yeah, you gotta push on it like crazy. Oh, and then it didn't come apart. The whole thing's just slipping out of its hand. Oh.
I will say, whoever is in charge of making the plastic push rivets for GM, they had a good year.
Yeah. Yeah, the rivet guy. Oh, we're never gonna use enough rivets.
I think we should use more rivets. Floating around on a yacht somewhere with his plastic rivet money. Hi, I'm Bill Rivet.
Oh, I don't know why that's being so difficult. Yeah, most of these you can get them to come out completely if they won't break, hopefully.
Yeah.
There it goes. Alright. It's simple stuff like that that makes you not like something.
Yeah.
Okay? The LS engine had a 10mm bolt right there, and it held that whole thing in with just one little bolt, and it's never been a problem, you know? Underneath the vacuum.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the spark plugs out to make it easier to turn over.
Okay.
And I noticed also these are different now.
Oh, no.
So I would imagine the puller is going to work on it, hopefully. So we'll see. Okay. Otherwise, complaint number 50.
Only 50?
Might be 60.
Okay. Yeah.
55 or 60.
Juice, you want to come take a motor out? Juice, you want to come help? You're the laziest dogs today.
Monday.
Somebody's got a case of the
Mondays. I'm going to do the spark plugs, and I'm also going to go ahead and hit the motor mounts and get them undone too. And we can almost say we're done up taking stuff from the top, except for the top belt housing bolts. The wires going to the fuel rails. And what else? Oh, a couple of ground bolts on the back.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't screwing around with grounds on this thing, that's for sure.
No.
It's got one on that head for that set of loom, and then it's got one on this side.
And there's a big one going to the...
Yeah, the big normal one.
And there was one on the vacuum pump thing. I don't know how many up here you undid.
What'd I say, motor mouse?
Yeah.
Give them some WD-40. Do they look kind of crusty? We're getting close.
Getting close.
Alright, I got a connector off without breaking it.
Wow.
Yeah. Alright, let's do the starter. Start doing the bell housing bolts. Oh, it actually has a bolt that's holding the transmission lines to the oil pan. That's weird. It must have ran out of plastic clips.
Bill was absent that day.
Yeah, put a bolt in there. The clip guy's gone. Oh, I did the wrong starter bolt. I did an oil pan bolt.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay.
You threw that at me.
So, alright. Engine's got a ground going to it somewhere.
Yeah.
Right there?
Right there.
Alright. Another ground.
Another ground. Got little pink bolts. Isn't that cute?
Plastic wire loom thingies. Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, this is ground number 15?
14 or 15.
Alright.
Okay.
That's that ground. We got one 10mm bolt holding the transmission cooling lines to the oil fan. Oh, well, you weren't paying attention. Undid the knock sensor over here.
Ooh.
So I got that loose. Everything but one wire loom thing on the left-hand side. So let's do the torque converter bolts and the bell housing bolts. We're going to have to put something underneath here to support the transmission if it does drop some.
Okay.
Alright, don't let that fall and hit you in the head, okay?
Okay.
Especially the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I don't want to spend the Valentine's Day in the emergency room again.
Oh, I know. Very dangerous.
Huh?
Very dangerous.
With you? You don't get what you want.
I got dripped on it. I walked into the thing.
Huh?
I walked under the thing you told me not to walk under.
Oh, maybe I should I'll break them loose and air ratchet them. Alright, you keep an eye on it for that thing to come around.
Okay.
Because I can't really see it on this thing.
Okay. A little more. Right there. And a little bit more right there.
Two. I said it first.
I can't see.
Three.
Oh.
Alright, so that's it. Except for your 2 bell housing bolts on the top, right?
Okay.
Let's rig something up
Sit.
to sit in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, okay, so that'll work, right?
Sure.
Transmission drops down, it'll drop down onto that.
Sweet. Okie dokie. So we're done under here?
Yep, all done underneath.
Yay.
Until we figure out what bolt we missed. Got your ball?
Yes, you did.
Alright, come down.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay. Okay. Alright, back in your favorite spot.
Yeah. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It stinks and I don't like it.
Stinks, huh? I don't like it.
Round number 18.
So with the cooling fans out of the way, you can actually insert the mechanic into the vehicle.
If you're petite like I am.
You do get into your work. Did you get it? Can you take it?
Don't lose that.
Okay.
Okay, I figured out the connectors. The problem with it is you have to have almost superhuman strength to push on the button. Oh, there's something back there. I don't even know what it is.
You've been working on your tan?
Me?
Wow.
Okay. There's one more. Oh man, I wish I was wiring something. This is so bad, I wish I was making brackets right now.
You could be putting motor mounts on Frankenstein.
Ooh, that would be fun. I would like to be doing that too.
Yeah. Poor Frankenstein. So, cherry picker.
Oh, thanks, I'm not hungry.
Double guns. Now you're doing my jokes. All right.
Yeah, moment of truth. Right. Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Probably feet right under the tables, Mark.
Well, she's probably just yapping on a bone.
No, it's no, she's probably just rummaging through the trash again. You got it up. It's fine.
You should have named her Snots.
Is there tension on the chain?
Yeah. She's gonna let it down a little bit.
Oh, look. Oh, no.
Hold on.
If that motor truck comes, tell him I'll call him back.
Okay.
One more. One more. One One more. One more. Okay, here you go.
Let me try to wiggle on it again.
Yeah, anything will help. Got one side out. You see that? Huh?
We're gonna have to censor this video.
Oh no. Go side to side.
Side to side.
There.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Shane gets all the credit.
Alright, ready to pull this baby out finally?
Yes.
Okay.
Finally.
Here we go. Oh, what do you think it's gonna get hung up on? See any wires stuck yet? Good. Looking good so far. Stuck on the fuel line. Oh, my one ground. We'll have to do that one yet. Why do I always forget that ground? Oh, I should probably gear wrench it, huh? What's she doing?
Eating a knife.
Juice, that's my knife.
Juice.
Oh, I can't wait to get this baby on the engine stand. Tear this other stuff apart.
Yeah, the fun part.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yay.
Come over a little bit and up. I need to get a swivel chain.
Yeah. People keep telling us that in the comments, and
You gotta watch this body or the motor mount over here by the radiator.
Do you want me to run the...
Yeah.
Okay.
You run the jack.
Alright.
Just go ahead and go pretty good. We got a few inches to go.
Oh, I think it was this clip. It was rubbing on the flex plate.
Okay. Keep going. All right. All right. Oh, I'm gonna see that.
Oh, boy.
All right. After a little bit of a struggle, we got our first LT engine out. Okay.
Yay.
Remember, this is a learning experience for us too. So the way that we go about doing this might not seem like the quickest way, but we're gonna try to school ourselves on this motor while we take it apart.
Yep.
Okay. But basically, we're gonna get these heads off of it. The valley cover, of course, and what else we're gonna do? We're gonna have to take the high pressure fuel pump off. It's the fuel lines and the heads and the front cover. And like I said, we've never done an LT before, so we're gonna figure this one out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get started on it. And like I said, we're gonna do it like I'm kind of gonna pretend like it's still in the truck. So I want to know if I can get this valley cover off without having to take the fuel rails off and all that stuff. So I will do it in kind of a strange manner.
All right.
Okay?
Sounds
Good.
like fun.
Yes. All right, let's do our fuel rails first, okay?
Okay.
I said in the beginning of the video, I was able to take a scan tool and bleed some of the fuel pressure off on this thing. I know these things, I'm not sure how much, but I know it's over 1,000 pounds of pressure that they run at. So I did drain it off with a scan tool, but I still wouldn't trust that, okay? So I'm gonna put a rag around it and I'm gonna crack a line open and try and do it safely, okay?
Okay.
No matter what. So
I'm gonna stand back.
Stand back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. You just don't want to, you wouldn't want a fine mist of gas being sprayed out at 12, 1,000 pounds,
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to mark each fuel line. So when I go to tighten them back up, I can just line that up and know that I've got them torqued basically, kind of where they were. All right, so here we go. Nothing came out. I did see a little bit of fuel drip out of that one when I loosened up both of these. So I know there's not 1,000 pounds in there anymore. And then this one's loose, so I didn't think there would be, but there's no reason not to be kind of careful.
Yeah.
Okay? Especially when you don't know. Like I said, learning. Alright, so I know I'm going to have to move this to get the manifold out, okay? So I'm going to loosen this up.
Okay.
Alright, we'll just loosen it. Loosening. Okay, so now it'll move. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do the high pressure fuel pump next. I'm going to do the same thing with it. I'm going to mark some lines on it, okay? Then on this one, I'm going to do it red, just so we know which bolt goes where.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, in the event that I couldn't find a torque spec for it, I'll put it right back in that position, okay?
Okay.
Learned that a long time ago on newer stuff, because you may not be able to find information on it right away. I think I learned that on Duramax diesels.
Ooh.
Because they have a ton of lines.
Yeah.
The information on those came out pretty quick, because they broke down pretty quick.
I'll just pop right out of there.
Yep. Good.
Okay.
I can't see them making this intake not come off without or with having to take the fuel rails off. So I'm going to bet that if we take all the valley cover bolts off, it'll probably slip out that way, I would imagine.
Looks like it.
Okay. This shield and that fuel pump made it really hard to get to that when I was trying to get to that bell housing bolt.
Yeah.
And then that one was even harder to get to. I'll complain about that later.
Okay.
Been seeing that on these, the bolt with a little sleeve to center it, I guess. So that's something kind of new.
Yeah.
Want to hit the outer ones with the impact?
Oh yeah, they got little sleeves too.
Yeah. Okay, so it should come up, right?
Theoretically. Oh, I missed one.
Bad.
Sorry.
That was the most important one.
Oh.
Okay, now.
All right.
Still won't come up. Alright, something we can pry on.
There you go.
smaller. Oh.
There we go.
Alright, so I was wrong. That answers my question though. Alright, it will not come out without the fuel rails being taken off of it.
Oh man.
Yeah, and we're not going to do that because I could do the cam and that without taking the fuel rails off. So let's get to taking the cylinder heads off. You can actually get to the head bolts with the rockers on.
That's handy.
I'm going to put a white mark on the front one. Let's keep the push rods in line for right now. We're not going to reuse them, but oh, head bolts. How tight will they be? Not too bad. Loosen them up in their torque sequence in reverse, right?
Yep.
Go. Leave this couple threads in. Smells like the inside of an engine. Okay, alright, that was the cylinder that wasn't working. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, be very careful with that head gap. Seems weird, doesn't it? It's definitely different, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay. Roll this cylinder down to its bottom. Okay, and this is the DOD. That's the lifter that's pushed up, so we'll get to take a look at that. But now we can probably get this off, I would think.
Hope so.
Yeah, you would hope, but you can't. Okay? So we gotta take the other head off.
Alright.
Alright. At this point though, if you were just gonna fix the lifter, take that. See what's going on with it. Not 100% sure what is going on with it. Are you?
No, it's all some kind of wizardry.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that thing apart. I just want to know. But in the event that you were just going to fix that lifter, then you could replace those two. I'd hope you'd replace both of them and then put it back together from this point.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that. These are special, kind of like Emily.
Hey.
Take the other one off. I'm going to figure it out. One way or the other. Okay?
Stinks and I don't like it.
Alright, so let's take this side off.
Alright.
Color did I do that? White one?
Yep.
Right. There's the first one. Alright, so for some reason the driver's side cylinder head has got a weird head bolt It requires a 13 millimeter socket. Okay.
Okay.
Well, luckily we had one. So we'll start with that one. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm curious why they
Yeah.
need that bolt.
Why just on one side?
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, wait a second. I figured it out.
Oh, what?
They're using that style bolt testing the new corn torque method.
Oh, finally.
Huh. I
Corns are-
knew it would happen someday.
I told you, corns are going to take over.
It's coming around.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming to their senses. Okay, I got one bolt still in.
One goofy one out.
What is it? No.
Oh, the good one.
Yeah, one good one.
The one good bolt.
The corn bolt.
It's the corn bolt. What is that?
Don't know.
All right.
Weird one. Very weird. That's the corn bolt socket. Here we go. Looks pretty good, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, all stuck to the head.
Yeah.
All right. Won't be reusing that.
No.
Okay.
The one that was stuck down is the one.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
But I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure it out. When you were gone, I tried a little bit. Then I gave up.
You decided you didn't care that much.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how the oil makes it lift up. You know. Okay.
Huh.
It's nice and clean in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, front timing cover. Okay.
Okay.
So we got to see if we can get that balancer off. Time for some heat.
Maybe.
Oh, let's get this balancer off of here. So far it works.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, so question is, are we going to have to take off the vacuum pump to get the timing cover off?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so it won't come out. The bolt doesn't come out.
Cool.
Oh, and these bolts have the funky little washers on them too. Are those little things going to be available? You know?
Oh, who knows? Panic. Little bitty dowels.
Wires.
Dowels
Okay.
and wires.
Wherever this is going to.
Do you
Alright.
have to take the oil pan off?
No, you have to take the vacuum pump off though.
Ugh.
Yeah. Let's start thinking of what LT stands for. Lots of trouble.
Lots of time.
Long-term project.
Might have been the easiest connector on this whole thing. Can we just zip tie it and let it hang?
We're probably gonna have to, I guess. There's gotta be a way to undo that from this side, don't you think?
You would think so, but the connector's on the outside. So, whatever, man. Looks great, love it.
If we can push the tensioner back
Yeah.
and get it locked into place without breaking it, of course,
Yeah.
then we can pull that out. Did it break?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Never fails. Alright, so we tried to get by without taking the oil pan off to get a cam in this thing, and it just isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to pull this or roll this thing over and get the oil pan off of it, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Oh, this thing's heavy.
Oh, goodness. All that aluminum.
I'm going to do it with it on its side. Okay? Whoop.
I'll just put 2 of those in. Yep. Ah! Oh, jeez. That's loud.
So I'm gonna just do it with it on its side, so in case there is something in the oil pan in the bottom, which there shouldn't be, but I'll at least be able to see what's in the bottom of the pan, okay?
Okay.
Been pretty fun so far.
Has it?
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much the same.
Yep.
Okay, so there's some tabs to pry on. There's one right there. Off. I like that.
Like that.
I like that. Oh.
All right. That's different.
Nothing is heavy.
Yeah, that is a chunk.
Very heavy. Okay, so in order to get the front cover completely off, you got to get to this little thing. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if we can get the cam gear out. Okay.
Okay.
I wonder if I move that a little. There we go.
Ooh, okay.
Come on. Come on. There we
Look
go.
at that.
Alright, so our Torx bolts. That gets replaced.
Okay.
Okay. Cam should come out now.
Ooh, look at that.
Come on. Oh, I didn't have them all out.
Are they on the other side?
Yeah. I thought they all fell out.
All but one.
That makes it a lot easier.
Okay.
There you have it.
It's a camshaft.
Yep. Okay, cool. Cool, but not.
Yeah. This part's cool. Everything up until this point has sucked.
Yeah. Okay, well, one thing that I love about working on cars is things are always changing, okay?
Yes.
And whether or not we like it or not, things change with them. So we got to experience an LT engine today, which we'd never really torn into. There are numerous things that I am going to complain about them for a while. When we started this video, I said it was the first time that we were going to tear into an LT motor, making a learning experience for ourselves, and it certainly was, right? When I do them like a DOD delete, I see what I can get away with, you know, what things I can go out of the procedure and do. Sometimes on LS motors, I can push the tensioner back, okay, and I can do the whole thing and not remove the oil pan and the oil pump. But in this case, which has happened on LS engines before, the tensioner broke. It's plastic, and so then you end up having to take the oil pan off. But this was a great way to learn that, okay? So the next time I do one, I will, if I work on another LT engine, which I'm sure I will.
I'm sure.
I will just automatically just take it out of the truck and put it on an engine stand, okay?
Yeah.
Because it said that you can do it in the truck, and I'm sure you can, but everything in that thing was tight.
Oh, I mean the whole,
very tight.
At least that back cylinder.
Yeah.
Back was under the firewall, so.
Right. So it took us about, I think about 6 hours to get this engine out of the truck.
Yeah.
Okay. Being very careful not to break stuff, and because we hadn't ever done it before, really.
Yep.
And so the 6 hours that it took to take it out and just have it sitting here, that's probably going to save me a bunch of time versus hanging over the hood, cleaning all these surfaces off, and trying to do the best job that I can.
Yeah, and definitely save your back a little bit.
Right. So at this point, to finish this motor up, I'm going to end up putting a DOD, non-DOD camshaft in it, okay? Okay. Got one sitting around here somewhere. Summit sent us one. Sweet. It's nice of them.
Summit?
I had to pay for it though.
Oh.
Some hydraulic lifters that are non-DOD and different trays, of course. Cool. And then the oil passages that go down from the valley cover, they get plugged up, okay? So these have to be plugged. I'm going to do it with rivets. Rivets? Okay. But they do make, you can buy just plugs that go there, okay?
Cool.
All right. Then you just put the original valley cover down and assemble the engine just like you would an LS or any other engine, really, okay? Sweet. The only thing that I found on this one that I wasn't expecting was having to buy a special tool to align the oil pump. Yeah. To make sure it sits in the same spot when we put it back on. So we'll do that and get this thing back in the truck, okay? Okay. The computer's been sent out already. We got it sitting over there somewhere. Somewhere. It's got the DOD deleted from it, and that's the other portion of doing that. It doesn't, I don't think these work really any other way other than getting them out of the computer. Yeah, okay? I don't think so. So at this point, can you say that you like LT motors? At this point, I would say no, I do not like LT motors, okay? Not a good first impression. No. Every time something new comes around, I guess you got to go through that learning curve, but this thing was not very mechanic friendly. No. I don't like all the little plastic push buttons that hold things together. Yeah, the little plastic rivet. Instead of bolts and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So all the tie straps that are they push into little holes. Yeah. They're the tie straps. So we'll have to invest in some of those things just to do a nice job on these trucks in the future. Okay. Yeah, just to put it back together instead of just using nuts and bolts, you know. So yeah. So no, I didn't really care for it all that much. I think every connector was a locking connector. Oh yeah, the connectors, all the wire connectors that go to it are just a nightmare.
Yes.
Okay. They all have the locks in them, and you have to have superhuman strength to push on them and get them to unlock. So
Yeah.
no, I just didn't like that all that much. So
Yeah.
right.
It was a good way to learn. Good learning experience. So
Yep. So I'll get this thing put back together, get it back in the truck, get this thing back on the road. We've got a bunch of new subscribers lately. We really appreciate that. Please send us all your questions and comments, and we'll see you on the next one.
okay. Gotta go look.
Was that a peel out or a stop?